Are you gonna do your intro? Oh, I so want you to though. You want to do it together?
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
Love you so much. I'm so glad we're gonna be editing so much of this.
Oh.
No, that's.
Do you think we're really gonna be editing them? You gotta do it. I did the howdy, y'all.
We gotta restart them.
Okay, you ready? You ready? Howdy, y'all.
Subscribe and all.
So, I guess we gotta introduce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you?
Who are you? I'm Mark.
I'm Emily. And this is Escaping Reality. I guess this is just kind of a video to introduce ourselves and talk about why we feel we would be content creators and sharers, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey.
Hey.
Tell me your story there.
Yeah. So we wanna do this. I don't know. We want to create content by helping people find out how easy it is to feed themselves in non-traditional ways. Like everybody. Well, they're exactly traditional ways. They're the opposite of the non-traditional way, just non-societal, I guess, ways.
Ways that we're not aware of, we're not really taught.
Like for so long, I thought food only came from the store, or I was buying it from restaurants, and like, it's not that my parents didn't, make food, like they definitely did, but once I was out on my own and didn't know how easy it was to cook, or how easy it was to grow your own food as opposed to buy it from the store. And that
I guess like
really, this year, I think, one of the things that impressed me most was like how much it cut back on not having to go to the store.
I think that's a good way to start too, to express the way that we kind of got started, because me and you both had like container gardens and like small gardens.
Yeah, very limited gardening experience.
And then I lost my job to COVID, and like one of the first things that just popped in my head is like, we gotta grow food.
Yeah.
That was back in April.
Yeah, April-ish.
Somewhere. It's been a long year. So yeah, after losing my job to COVID, that was like right off the bat, and you were still considered an essential at that point, working for the moving company. And I was really thankful for the stuff that we were able to start. I think the coolest part of the entire story, though, is again, like, we started in the backyard. And you had told me right off the bat, it was like one of the first things you said is like, we should grow it in the front yard. And like my instant response, because of being like in panic and in scarcity mode, was I don't want people touching my food. Like, I'm gonna put this work into it. I don't want people eating my food. And then we watched those couple videos that talk about that, like, nature wants to provide. It actually wants you to give and is nurturing. And I'm so glad you said that, because again, nothing would have grown in the backyard. We did not know what we were doing. We did not have the right soil mix. The sunlight wasn't right. Nothing would have worked if we had not done the front yard community garden.
Yeah, it's just amazing how much like the backyard was just not gonna get the light that we needed, and we didn't know it at the time.
And the soil, I had no idea about the soil. I had not researched really on how to create a raised bed the right way. So I really think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, so even just it's really strange. For me, the chance of it all, like the chance of finding the videos that we saw that like really convinced us that, and for me, the front yard garden, somebody stealing food, it's like, it's from a garden, it's not like they took the whole plant, you know, like.
And you can't steal food, and like that's something that, you know, I grew up with, like,
Yeah.
so much food scarcity, eating at food pantries, living in cars. Once you said that and I watched those videos, it really hit me hard. It's like, I know what it's like to be really hungry. And it's like, again, one seed can produce thousands of seeds. Like, you can't steal food. Like, if you're hungry, eat. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that there is capitalism, but like the fact that we can grow food and we can provide that for neighbors, and it's literally free. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was it was a humbling experience for me, and I'm really thankful that you said that, and I challenged it a little bit. Like, I challenged my own thinking on, like, yeah, and like, how many people did we actually get to feed because you suggested growing in the front yard?
Just how much, like, the garden in the back was, like, not even a fifth of, what the front produced, like.
It was bad. It didn't produce much.
You know, like, we put about as much, like, monetary, you know, resources into the back as far as, like, you know, purchasing the soil or compost.
Well,
and
see,
then, like,
I think more because we did not use the compost.
Yeah.
The compost the manure and compost was way cheaper to do the front. We did, like, the perlite and we spent a lot more on the back beds that didn't produce anything. I mean, they did produce something.
Yeah, there's
just not.
Oh, cat. You're getting all up in the shot now.
Hi.
Famous girl.
Alright. I'm gonna put you on my lap here. This is the Princess E.G. Whoa, mirror effect. She's like funny. I think that's another important part of, like, why we want to create content is we were in the process of buying a house for 4 months or something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like 4 months. Probably almost 5.
And it fell through.
Yeah.
And originally we were going to start YouTube when we got to this house because it was going to be 2 acres.
Yeah.
And for some reason it was just like, once we get there, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it then, instead of, like.
Well, then that,
at
this point, not happening, and I think that it's a really big, it's an important thing to notice that just because it's not happening now doesn't mean that there isn't a purpose for us here, or that we don't have something that's gonna be our fit. So I'm excited to create the community we can here, and we actually kind of do live close to the food desert of, like, Indianapolis, where
especially on, like, this side, you know, it's kind of bad spottily throughout the city, basically, but, you know, there's a lot of places where it's, you know, several miles to get to any grocery store. And another thing I'd like to, you know, definitely throw in with everything is, like, how much better we felt eating fresh food. And, like, I've told so many people, you're not going to get anything as fresh as something you cut out of your own garden.
Like, literally cut meat. I mean, it's the best.
And all of that plant's life is, like, in there. And when you buy it from the store, it's been shipped there. It took so much time just getting it from the farm onto the truck, and then
you don't know how many people have handled it. You don't know what chemicals are on it. Even just being transported can have, like, I mean, you never know. You know, there's nothing different than, I loved it during the summer. It was, as I'm making dinner, I was cooking the meat and, like, maybe some carbs, and I'd go out and harvest, and it was eaten within an hour.
The meat's heating up on the stove, and then bam, rinse it off, throw it on a plate, like, still dripping wet.
So you excited for all this content sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited to, you know, have these projects that we want to complete, and all the hope we hope to spread, and just be able to, because with a lot of the content creators out there that we've been following recently, it's shown us, like, how truly easy so much can be.
I think it's changed a lot of our mindset. Like, honestly.
Yeah, like, I don't feel like I have to be a corporation just to buy a farm anymore, you know? Like, I Like, I literally feel like I could build anything I need out of scraps I could find.
And there's a lot of those channels that I really like that, you know, it's again, do what you can every day. And I think that's probably what motivated me to like do it now. I was really sad about losing the loan on the house. But it's like every step puts you closer to moving forward. And if this is the land we're like blessed to steward and be a part of, then in this community, then let's make the best of it. Like, I think a lot of us could use that after 2020.
Yeah, it was a rough year, but
Oh God, yeah.
here's to a better one. And
Yeah.
I really can't wait to see all the growth this year has to offer.
Are you gonna do